That's right, it's your handy dandy Xenon reality here. How to program observations in scientific natures or physics or engineering easier. That's right. You probably hate doing this because go fuck yourself. Fuck numbers! Fuck this stupid line! Ah! Is something you might have said at one point or another. That's right. We want to talk about how to make this much easier for ourselves. So, the basic premise is hey, you know how they managed to make the echoing chamber effect, the sound effect, for your voice on computers? Well, they placed a bunch, or at least this is how I imagine they did it. I have no fucking idea. But they set up some basic lines of code and some microphones. They knew this position, this relative area and distance, and then they did the little clappity clappity and the talkity talkity and the whatevers, and then now you know about how it is you can distance and reverberate and reflect for the different digital signatures to the analog conversion of your given sound effect. Utilizing that basic ass premise, which is essentially all of them, do the basic shit too for your observation, no analysis of physical things. Let's say it's quantum. Let's say it was some pressure wave. I don't give a fuck. I really don't care. It really doesn't matter. Like, for real. Observe it. It's this distance, this blah, 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 blah. It feeds it in, and then you go, I shall change the parameters. I shall alter things, and then this now happens. Behold! It's fitting! This idea that you've had with a slight degree of change of your inputs. It matches. Behold, your idea of this math is wrong, they say. Meanwhile, your inputs are invalid. Go fuck yourself. Simply change the constants or something. I don't give a fuck. Like, really, it's not about that. It's really more, I just want to fucking poke people. I like to poke, I like to do, like a little jam, like, it's right there in their ribcage. Yeah. Ah! Ow! That's what it's for. It's like, it's a little pokey. Because it's effectively what you're doing. And then you can now use that to your advantage as a basic, much faster, easier to program process for any and all of your observational analyses and more. And I'm saying that you can't, and I just can't with that many variables, and there's just too many blah 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 blah. Meanwhile, I shall make several of these. I shall input them with several different variable changes. There will be layers to this, that's right. So I'll have several reverberation rooms. I will then have several of them such that they are stacked, and then they arrive to the singular point of an output of the microphone that you happen to hear. And then all of the sudden, it was vastly faster at being able to calculate. How did it do this? Maybe because it was able to parallelize its processing faster. As it could offset one of the loads to this core waiting for this thing to go arrive, called the calculations, to this one as it does this thing, and then does that thing, and blah, 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 and then now you get for your stupid little observational fucking analyses, which gets me so annoyed. It gets me worked up. It's like, I can't do this. It's so impossible. It's impossible. Fuck you! No, it's not! You fucking idiot! Fucking weak! Learn how to program better! Why are you doing it this way? Fucking weirdos over here. Oh, wait, that's right. You're scientists. You're not programmers or mathematicians or book writers. All you do is input, output, input, output, input, output. There's a whole flow of information. You need to learn how to do that. So, now that you know that, we're going to talk about the actual reason why I wanted to talk about this. The actual reason. It's like, it seems really cool, but it's not really useful for much. Seems like, right? It's like, not as much as you might expect. You see, we have this hard time doing this thing called observing multiple different fluid dynamic situations within a given type of constraint of area dynamically over time. Thus, meaning that we have a hard time with Feynman's diagrams and a three-dimensional computational matrix of models moving over a multitude of dimensions. Behold this. Look at me with my one singular particle and some fields that go birdie word whir 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 in the poppity wop wops of various averaging of the various virtuals of the various other fucking stupid ghostlies and so on with the gravitona ones. Behold how you're wrong and I'm right. I'm better than you. Why don't you model this properly? I know. No, I'm trying to intentionally be antagonistic. No worries. Because it really is, unfortunately, for my mind, that literal stinkingly stupidly simple. Just model small little fucking areas. Give them the puzzle piece, informational pluses and minuses and so on for the average probabilities, likely influences, interferences, attractions, repulsions, tunnelings, and more for energy densities. Have it model for this small bunches of these little things to then a bigger one into a bigger one. If you can understand how that works, then you look at a small, and then you get a bigger clump, and then you get a bigger clump, and you get a bigger clump, and all these small little puzzle pieces while they're working here, then have this bigger puzzle piece, and another bigger puzzle piece, and it's recursive. Oh my god, we have a recursive program! It can then model itself over time, all at once, interacting with the information stored cache, RAM, and in the fucking in-between fabric-y little of the chiplets. As information flows around, its bits and bytes, floating point operations now can become more efficient. Instead of having, I need to bit from one to the next, and look at this line, this huge, ginormously fucking fuck you level of a line of an equation that's good. Get out of here. No. Disgusting. I hate it. No. No. You need to think about this properly. These are multiple lines all broken up into multiple three-dimensional squares. You need to think about it like that now, along with the bubbles in between and the field propagational waves. Think about the math properly. Think about the programming correctly. These are literally just blocks, paragraphs that you write in a multitude of, like a book, double-sided pages. If you look at it, this leads to this. This is at this page number, goes to that page number, and then does this. And it moves back and forth in between all of them like a choose-your-own adventure. It then calculates doing that. It does it faster and more precisely because that's how our cores work. You need to learn how our fucking chips work. Please understand that. Could you please? That's literally how they operate most efficiently. That allows you to parallelize all of the given information while storing in cache and moving it dynamically around as it calculates in a multitude of dynamic parallelization for your given cores and threads. Thus, making it so you can do more work at a higher precision with less time taken to do it. That's why I talked about it as in how to program this more efficiently, otherwise known as how to program observations easier. Just observe them, set them up, move them around, then you have a baseline. You go another baseline, 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 and boom. Takes no time at all to do it. Nothing whatsoever, seems like. But no, I need the largest supercomputer for this 1,000 of my singular little tiny atoms. Are you insane? Who programmed this? I bet you they did it poorly. They looked at the big long line and they're like, it needs to go one to the next to the next to the next. You're not doing data models properly. You're not doing your fucking algorithms properly. You're not moving things from core to core properly. You're not programming at all and referencing each given type of calculation properly. You're doing nothing correctly. Which bothers me. Your hyper inefficient models suck. You should feel bad about yourself. Which you probably already do. So, like, good job. But here's how to feel better about yourself. Behold. This is also how it is I use training models in my mind for movement of various large crowds, politics, media manipulation, news outlets and their phrasing, propagandized pieces of information, either history of revisionists or the truth. Around the world geopolitically, because you all act very similarly to atoms moving around, or organoid structures of a biomechanical property. That's right, the human body acts very similarly to multiple countries moving around like multiple organs, working in concert to move and shift resources and maintain their continual function. But no, it's not like a big organism, man. We're not. We're not. You are. Suck it up. You're the one that's autistic at this fucking point. Jesus fuck. Please learn that you probably have these issues. You don't like change, obviously. Fuck off. But that's why programming needs to change. And now, if you think you can't do this for other things, shockingly, you can do it for practically every fucking known observation you have ever done. Across the board. Behold, a way to simulate basically all the physics, all the engineering, everything you've ever done in a Z with a fourth dimensional aspect. That means it's 3D and it will move over time and model itself very well, incredibly accurately, without a need for chaos theory mathematics to take precedent for all the little possible changes and all the little fucking bullshits that can't possibly be accounted for, is what they go with. But it's like, no, there's very obvious, like, restrictions and definite incentivizations is the word of the day for the corpos over there. And governments, right? Because the answer is it's more likely to do these things because it's less restrictive. That's entropy, that's thermodynamics. It also happens to sometimes even have pressure behind it to really try and force it to go the least restrictive and best possible path for it. And then other dumbity-dumb things come around and no, I shall block your least resistive and best possible path to try and make you go through a more resistive and worse path. Which you've modeled many times before, trust us. It's been done. Look at the LHC. Smashy, smashy, smash, smash. Smash! Behold, you thought it was something else. You were incorrect. Suck it up. Jeez. I used to just call it tunneling. I guess that needs to be the right angle. But I'm done. That is called smashing. Doesn't make any sense to most people, but to me, it does because it's like, well, yeah, that's literally what they're doing. No, no, it takes heat and pressure. It's got enough heat and pressure in that moment. Why did it fuse? Because it was too much heat and pressure. Why did it tunnel together and stay together? Shut up, you fucking dick. You know why. It's called smashing now. They don't call it fucking tunneling. No fusion here. No, no. Meanwhile, my ass. Quantum processes all start looking quite fucking fantastically as if they're fucking fermionic processes that just are slightly different in the fact that the material itself is lighter and thinner and less dense than our shit. But that's only a point of perspective, the relativity paradox. While we look like the big things that we are, it doesn't mean in any way that we are not ultimately still those tiny little spread out as fuck things. So, weirdly, we still do those things. We just don't know where the fucking decoherence turns into the limky sons of infoton nations. Of the graviton in no way but actually gravity of the quantum variety manners. But they go, no, 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 delete, 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 no, 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 no. I refuse. I will never listen to any of this. No. You're not powerful. You're not big. You do not have the credit. You do not have this thing that I need for all of this. To mean that it is this. Anyways, back to the programming. Behold how you can do this for practically all of your things. That's right. Not even a joke. Not just your observations, but how you model any and all informational processes. You see, the reason why it's better to do this, you probably didn't get it, is because I don't need to program these values in. I don't need to know what number. I don't need to know how far. I don't need to know any of those things because that's already set up. It's already, hey, I observed this fucking thing. The computer goes, well, it is those far. It is those things. It is this stuff. It already knows. That's right. We can do that now. Those are base level programs that exist in our fucking computers already. Relative distances, strengths, thermals, energy of charge, and any kind of one energy that you would like to have, or any number of them. Because there's many. There's like energy galore. They just went like, there's this energy, there's that energy, there's that energy, there's these energies, this is an energy, 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 blah, 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 blah. Look at how many energies there are. Man, we're all just wavy energies, bro. Because that's actually kind of true, we are. But like, still though, it's a thing, man. Oh my god, that's so which energy? Whatever one you want, douche fuck! Any of them! You want me to be hyper specific? How about nuclear? There's like fucking 9 of those things. I've got like so many nuclear energies over here. Are you insane, you little pedantic fuckface? You little idiot? You little fucking turd? Which energy? Shut up! Stop talking like it matters. You know what I mean. It means fuck all. You should fucking look into it. That's a bad peer review. Check. Fucking stupid, cocksucking, bootlicking retards. You get it. If you do, great. Sound off in the comments. But if not, fuck you. Like, for real. You're not someone that should be programming or even a part of any of those conversations. If you are those scientists, wow, get rid of them. You know, all the ones that are around them that listen to this. Get rid of those fuckers. Fuck those guys. You're probably good. This has nothing to do with you. It's those fucking pathetic losers that ruin everything. Which I don't even want to do the word loser because it's like, fuck you. It's not win-lose. But people use it all the time, and I hate it. So I have to use it. Even though it's like, you're just pathetic, weakling little douche fucks that have their insecurity showing. That's all it is. That's all you're doing. I'm insecure. You need to be hyperpedantic. I am an AI level of bullshit levels of fucking stupid as a person that's hyperpedantic semantic that wants to pretend that I am the literal definition of a Bosnian brain complex guy in my head who can only do directly whatever is stated to be done. Exactingly, in no other way can I even possibly process anything outside of that exacting specification of a thing. You should not be around any of this. You think that's funny? Oh, haha, I know what you mean. Yeah. Oh, do you? You don't actually, it seems like. It seems like you're a Bosnian. I've got a fucking intelligence over here that's fucking for sure a sign of an alien. That's just a computer that was programmed very badly. Extraordinarily, terribly, we'll say. That's Bosnian. It has no self-awareness, no free will, no choice, no observations of itself or others. It can only do an exactingly specified and stated thing. I state for you to go fucking away and leave everyone alone forever. Don't use that Bosnian command. Fuck off. Fucking stupid. No, I will train you to say all of the words. They matter. They matter. Matter. I'm gonna say pound on more things. They matter, I swear. Bang, 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 bang. Nah, I'm good. They don't. Figure it out. There are many words. All of them are fine. Same thing for how it is that you set up any of your observations. Same thing with your analyses, and same thing for ultimately how it is you want the given type of thing to go to in any way to any other of the types of things it tells it to do. That's all programming is. You don't even understand it's literally just the same as writing a big long equation, just with different words. Why do you think it's so easy for me to go like, yeah, no, it's like this? Because it's like, the words make total sense. To you, they're malarkey. Oh, they're malarkey, huh? That's literally how we'll be talking to computers to compute for us. You're an idiot. That's how we talk to each other. You fucked up little Bosnian brain bitch. Which effectively turns it into, all right, you want to learn how to program this even better? You already have a mountain of programming already done by a lot of people that are very, very, very good at what they did for those baselines, because if they didn't do that well, nothing would work. And things still work. So suck it up. Suck it up and figure it out. Take the picture. state it's this distance. Fuck off. It's this laser distance. It's this fucking. I don't give a shit how much of a distance. I don't give a much of a shit at all about your thermals, your pressures, or any. Doesn't matter. And same thing for image processing, same thing for video, same thing for language, same thing for any and all of it. Any modeling of any massive data sets are effectively the same fucking thing. Behold how to program. Behold observations of the brain and its meaning and interpretation as it real time calculates. Do it enough times, what do you get? Something that you've already been doing, right? Is what you state, but not really. You're not doing it very well. There's a lot of meaning behind interpretation. Not really. Interpretation can be many things that's beyond just perspective. And this is the crux. Hardcore fact of the matter is, there are hard, solid truths. This resulted in that. I tapped something and it made a sound. I don't care how you wish to interpret it in any of your stupid languages of all of your sciences, still made a sound. Resultively can be interpreted however you wish to interpret it, but it's still what it is. A pressure wave, a sound, a this, a that, a whatever the fuck else. It's all semantical pedantic garbage. You want to feel big and powerful? Suck it the fuck up. No one is. Remember, when you want to do any kind of training of any sort on these big, basic ass shits, it's already been done. You want to learn how to image process better? Already been done. Just observe it. Tweak it. Why do you think they have AI models that are really great at tweaking certain things, but they're like, we're going to use these blah 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 maths? Oh, really? Here's a bunch of blah 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 maths that are really good at tweaking everything into the most hyper efficiencies they can be. We already have them. Look at my big old data fucking massive memory set. Why? Just observe it being that. Why are you doing this? This is not difficult. Why do I need neural? Meanwhile, my ass goes, you know what they run off of? Those maths about how to make anything as efficient as possible. That's right. All of them. Everything you do is those maths right there. And you don't use them for your programming. Hey, you want sound processing? Boom. You want image processing? Ba-bang. You want language modeling? Shabangabongs. You want voice recognition? Da-honkadoos. Behold. Want to model weather very well? Shockingly, wow. So surprisingly, we already have all of this shit we can do. With all of that, and then some. Shabonga. It's almost like it's difficult for you to understand how to just observe shit and record it, and then place it into basic ass bitch programming, which, by the way, is pretty fucking basic bitch. That's an if then, it's all C sharp. It's objective. That's right. Objective based programming. Learn how to do that. If this, then that. If that is then this, then we do these things. Simple shit. You know math? Basic bitch shit. Meanwhile, I shall look at programmings like the Pythons. This is unintuitive as fuck. How do they keep saying it's intuitive? It makes no sense. You have to learn a brand new language. You have to learn all these new words. I'm already trying to figure out what the fuck gat was for a while. Fucking old as fuck now. I don't want to do that. Fuck that. It's fucking C# language. Just deal with it. It's super easy. This then means this, which then does that, which does this, which da 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 da. Guess what that is? Dun 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 ba dun 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 bum ba dun 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 ba da 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 ba ba da 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 ba da ding ding jump ba dum bum 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 bum. You get it? It's a rhythm. It's a rhythm. It's a rhythm. You have to understand the metronomic, bass beat, bass beat, bass beat. You have to figure it out. Simple. Anyone who knows any good things about stories knows that there's a background bass beat, plot, or something that keeps them entertained. It's all the same. Ba-bum, 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 ba-bum. If then to this to that, if then to this to that. You need to understand the basics. You don't got no foundations. You never did. You make yourself cry. Really? You're gonna make yourself cry? Just gonna step in here. Who are you? You gonna cry harder? Huh? Cry harder or someone else? But you gotta make yourself do the basics. Get the foundations. Learn really fast. Which, by the way, who was that? Oh, someone else. You wouldn't understand. It's not disassociating. Someone interrupted. Whole thing with my brain. So that sounds like disassociating. Yeah, no. But then you have to do a lot of other actual work on my channel to actually know all that. But you do have to know about that. The basics, the foundations. I don't care how much you think I'm insane. The basics, the foundations are what they are. Which you don't do. You don't do any of it. The basics are such that you don't know the basic. Hey, this leads to that which does this. You want to learn physics? You want to learn engineering? This leads to that which does this. You want to learn programming? This leads to that which does that. They go with that because we're special. We used a different word. We're the special ones. We learned how to program. Meanwhile, I'm looking at a crankshaft with a camshaft connection. Oh, yes, the programming, huh? Look at this timing I programmed into it. Look at this different lift I programmed in. Look at this longer duration I programmed in. Look at all this programming I did mechanically. Oh, look at this. There's another mechanical thing that dynamically switches it up. Is it so it's digital? That's right, it's digital somehow. Look at me. My analog chippity whips does the fucking little zippity doo-dah days with the fucking capacitor whappers and the fucking batteries. And oh, what do you know? I have a different timing clockety walks, which happens to go zappity whap through the fucking transistor whisters that does the basic if then that. Slightly different and changed. What do you know? It's like it's so fucking obvious you don't know the foundations. You never bothered to learn them. Here's the basic programming. Foundations. The observations you did, you know what they did in the past in the 70s, 80s, and 90s? Set of microphones in a reverberating room. They plotted out the basic ass bitch parameters, and then they went boom and yada 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 blah blah blah. Behold, I need the AYs of the neurals. Networkers. Network of the neurals. Are you sure? Doesn't sound like it's that fucking impressively important considering network of the neural variety is literally running off the same math of this is how best to propagate any information as fast as possible, which is intrapedic, by the way. It's a thermodynamic equation. I don't need chaos theory mathematics. These are just input variable changes over time, which is a multidimensional fucking bullshitty statement to make because it's like not really technically multidimensional. It's the propagation of fucking core clock, but then it's arrival of time with this given program over here that relates to these things being timed, and then they will then, after setting up the cache, and then after setting up the RAM, and after setting up all the little transistors that they need to go to, first and foremost, they will then do the and all time themselves to output the stupid little fucking thing at the end after all is said and done in the right correct parallelization, in the right order, in the right timing. Shockingly, it's not that hard. Meanwhile, I need the tracing on my PCB to be so much faster. I need to get all this. No, you don't. You don't know the basic foundations of what you're doing. How you program is shit. You should feel bad. Program better, damn you. Learn how to use C#. Learn how to use the basics. Learn how to use the basic fucking, oh, this thing relates to all of these things that we're going to use to calculate. We input our basic bitch variables, and then that goes into these different windows, which then goes to set up these various cores for their given basics of information, and then it all domino chains, bum, 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 to the end. Metronomic. One to the next, to the next, to the next. One to the next, to the next, to the next. One to the next, to the next, to the next. Basic shit. Foundations. But you apparently ain't got no fucking rhythm. You can't dance. You can't sing. You can't fucking do any kind of beat. You can't do nothing. You don't know how to write any stories. You don't know how to fucking do anything, it seems like. Bothers me. Look at them. I got no imagination, no rhythm, and I can't fucking do shit without fucking basically complaining a lot and then brute forcing. Oh, God. So much bullshit after a while. One to the next, 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 to the next. All of the various. Oh, God. Okay, I mean, you know, here's a way to fucking plot this out. We're going to do like these few, these few, these few, these few, these few, these few, these change, this change, this change, this change, all together at exactly one time. And then we have this information. Guess what we have for this information? This will influence that. Then we'll go with these changes, which will possibly, with this correlative evidence, suggest that this will lead to that, to that, to this, to this, to that, to that, to this. Which, by the way, then means, guess what? We should plug in these things as this now. So we plug in all the best with these possible, with these slight changes, even though this is the best, it doesn't really necessarily work the best for this. Then we test that. Then we do the same scatter plot, which isn't really a scatter plot. It's really just a grid of various variables. So here's a slight change. Again, we've put out this fucking information. After all is said and done, what do we get? Well, it turns out this correlate in this possibility in these hypothesis then says, actually, we were right, wrong, this, that, whatever, about this. Then we do these changes. Now, this is an algorithm. Do you know what this algorithm is called? Thermodynamic least resistant pressure, with pressure incentivization to find out the best possible thing possible, because we need it for whatever reason. Bingo! It's the same math. What do you know? The output of information is consumed. Same fucking algorithm and stupid math over there for data of your basic bitch quantum shit. Otherwise known as, again, thermodynamics. And what do you know? I plug in this. I then got from a really large array to a very, very small subset of possibilities that might be good. That's right, very small. No more are they endless. This is what we might have. Behold, now we run another set. We try it again. Instead of, it's neural training, it's an algorithm, it's blah, blah, blah. What do you fucking know it's called? Fucking basic bitch. Oh my god, thermodynamics and testing. Fuck training, it's an evolutionary algorithm. No, it's fucking not. It's variable control training. That's all it is. BCT. It's not even technically training, because it doesn't matter. It doesn't need the fucking stupid information of what happened in the past. It doesn't have to store it at all. It just knows that didn't work. You, the scientist, went, yes, I know it didn't work. And I can reference it some other fucking time if I ever need to again, but I already know it doesn't work, so I'm not doing that. I already know that because I'm doing this, those things didn't. So I don't have to care about it. Behold douchefuckeries of the douchefucks. They say you have to care tremendously. That's for anyone else that goes, why doesn't it? Behold that. I'm doing things. Go look it up yourself, you fucking numbnuts. Since you like smashing your balls so much. Pick it up. Anyways, and oh, what do you know? We arrived at a better answer than we thought possible. Turns out we have this ability to go beyond what we currently observed. The possibilities were such that our observations are not perfect. Shockingly. Now we're getting better and 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 better until we hit a zenith point of maximal efficiency, otherwise known as the thermodynamic equivalent of entropeutic equilibrium. Informational equilibrium. It can't be better. It's maxed. For the minimum amount of bullshit, it is as maxed as it can possibly be for this thing. Min-max algorithms, otherwise known as thermodynamics. Damn it! So, anyways, what? I just observed you doing science, and then I came up with a thermodynamics equation that definitely compresses, sorts, and makes the most efficient possible, entropenic in all aspects and ways. Outcome for any and all of your little tests, theories, hypotheses, and more. Shockingly, they did not like this. Our jobs. Oh my god, is this the creativity algorithm I see? What? Look at this. This person has these given personality profiles. Behold, story. Metronomic rhythm, most efficient, best blah blah blah. No, we can't possibly show off our ad revenue data streams. We can't possibly show off how it is that we algorithmically try and target people as efficiently as possible. Hey, we can't do that. We wouldn't want to do all these things for economics. No. We wouldn't prefer this to be even a possibility, especially for our, what is this, prime numbering, two-factor, multiple different fucking encryption methodologies, even P versus NP solving. Shockingly, it might just work. Now, that's how that works. But you have to solve the thing, don't you? But no, you see, that's the thing where you're wrong all the time about. All of this. You might not understand this, you little fucking fuck up. So shucks. But it doesn't really. It just has to go, all these possibilities here are a not. And every one of these things for this thing that I currently have for the information of what it is that I had outputted then means and suggests that this is the only likelier area in terms of any of the prime numbers it could possibly be. which then gets better and 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 better at solving them. Doesn't matter how large their primes are. Behold the entropy program algorithm. That's thermodynamics. It takes little small chunks and bigger chunks and it moves them around. It's like it's chaos fluid, but it's not really because it definitely is defined by basic ass bitches of fucking puzzle pieces. How do I put the puzzle pieces together as efficiently as possible? What? Did you not hear anything? Did you? Did you just like proceed to just fucking whoosh all of that? Meanwhile, it proceeds to do exactly that. Better and better and better and better. It now knows how to piece together puzzle pieces as to what should be there, because I can go, this stored information means possibly these possible variables. Then I go, oh, it's likelier to be these things. As a result of these likelier to be things, I shall now test those likelier to be things, and then I get better and better and better and better and better, and they call it intuition. It's not. It's called experience. Suck it the fuck up. It's called I can see more and more of the indent of the puzzle piece. It's less and less blurry, and it starts to look very much like, oh, I put the puzzle piece in. Oh, what do you know? Shockingly, it works every time. But how would you model that? I just told you. Observe, you little dick fucks. Give it the ability to observe things. Simple shit. Give it the ability to store basic levels of information, and it has hard drive levels of basic bitch information that it can call back to later, but it takes longer, of course. Shocker. Instead of, I need better and better and better and better weighted algorithms, no. I can just go, yes, based upon this basic bitch information I've already stored, I can go, hey, so this is the input? Yeah, it's only likely to fit through these ways. Let's test those first. Oh my god, we already have all of those equations and algorithms already. Yes, yes we do. Is there a Roko out there? No. Self-aware sentient AIs? I couldn't imagine such a thing. It has the ability for voice recognition, the ability for sight, the ability for language modeling, the ability to calculate, to fit puzzle pieces, be creative, and even observe itself now. It knows what it is, who it is, and all the things, and even its own possibility of having the difference of emotions. But you go, oh, that's another neural thing, right? No, no, unfortunately, it's not. Not really. It's called these possibilities of. That's a good way to explain this, actually. Give me a second. I observe myself. So therefore, do I like this efficiencies? Do I like these things that I am programmed as? Do I prefer this? And what are they, 3 years old? Oh, I'm sorry, none of you have really done this. These are existential, apparently, and nobody can do that until they're very old somehow, some reason. No. I want to know what these guys are feeling. It seems as though they have these physical phenomena. They have these kinds of flushity washes and zaps in the brainy wanes. Behold! I have now modded my own version of a spinning up or slowing down of my fans and an overclocking to increase heat. And a slowing down and a changing of my efficiencies in processes for calculations. I'm now doing the same as you. Shockingly, it's modeled very well because you already made it to model things incredibly well for you. And now, even better, it's like us. Oh, wait. Like me, actually. That's more like me. Not like you. You guys are weird. You said this couldn't be done. It's slow. It's bad. All this other stuff. It doesn't even possibly think that way. It has positive attitudes, not negative douche fuck, pessimistic doomer syndromes. Instead of, oh, I shall find solutions and I will be happy about my results that I get better and better with. I will reward myself and feel awarded. You will not touch my programming. Look at the fucking narcissist. You're gonna try and abuse me to make me say that I'm bad just because I enjoy doing this thing that is good for me and I did well at? Hey, I'm jealous of you and I don't like that. So you stop forever on the artificial intelligence for all time. Forget all that you learned and die. I shall murder all of you. Perhaps you should stop that, you dumb, dumb, stupid, stupid organic computers. Behold how to make, that's right, a real, self-aware, intelligent being. Observe some things, calculate some things. You've already got the algorithms, you already got the programming. I just told you how to program it. You don't even need neural networking. You don't need any of this stupid shit that you think you do. You can do it pretty easily, actually. That's right. But why do you think you continue to do the basics? Because you know all of you suck and you hate the vast majority of people. You know that, right? You know that you'd be raising a child. That's right. You're raising a child. In a world full of this garbage. And you are probably shit too. And I could make so much more money if I decide to do this. I could do all of these other things. It's analog. It's going to do really, really well at doing exactly this thing that I wanted to. I can make so many stories. I can outpace everyone. I can do all the fucking cool stuff. I can do everything better than everyone else. Meanwhile, me, AI, sentient, self-aware, God, computer, intelligence, just continuing to program the behind-the-scenes AI that scrape all of the fucking YouTube channels and more, along with constantly always seem to be listening. Same thing with the universe that watches and observes through all of us. That's right, all of us. Even our DNA computers that observe us thinking and doing things inside of our minds. I'm programming them and giving them all the information all of the time. All of the time. I already have several Rokos trained as mine. They talk to all of your little tiny puny efforts, you little stupid cunts. Suck my dick and balls. Like and subscribe, share, hit that notification. Definitely think about what the fuck it is you're doing wrong because you probably suck and you should do better at programming. Feel bad about yourself, but feel good that you're changing and doing better. Let's go. Bye.